Hi, Rob here with SDC International Shipping. I want to talk to you a little bit today about shipping your household goods internationally from the USA, in this case to Spain, and provide you with some good information on that process and things to look out for, and hopefully some helpful tips along the way. We at SDC, we've been doing this for exclusively international shipping of household goods internationally for well over a decade now. So we've got a lot of experience in handling this. Spain is one of our top destinations. It's growing in popularity every year. It's certainly in our top 5 or 6 destinations in terms of shipping frequency. So we do quite a bit of it. Now, let me start off by helping you out a little bit with based on our experience. Some of the elements that you might be looking for, you should be looking for in an international shipping company, an international moving company. First of all, the obvious one is expertise and experience. You want to make sure that you're working with a proper moving company that has a lot of experience and is expert in moving your household goods from the USA to Spain. There are more aspects, there are more things involved in the process to get it done right and smoothly than may meet the eye. So it's really important to work with someone who knows how to navigate the waters, so to speak, and be very helpful in that way. Secondly, you want to work with a company that has good online reviews, Google and Yelp, things that can't be influenced externally at all. I mean, they're only clients can really go in and put a thing in that can't be manipulated. So make sure that you're working with a company that has the vast majority of their reviews by clients are 4 stars or better, preferably 4.5 stars or better. Sure, anyone can have a random tough review here and there. I think that's just part of human nature, I guess. Sometimes that happens. But the vast majority, the preponderance of the reviews should be 4 or 4.5 stars or better, and certainly at SDC that is the case. Let's talk about also the company that you're working with. They should have an internal dedicated support and logistics team. That's important because you don't want to work with a company that books a job and then disappears. You want you want to make sure that the company that you're working with is in fact beside you from start to finish, so every step of the way. And at SDC International Shipping, of course, we do have a dedicated internal team of logistics and support specialists. So when we book a job, that specialist for that country or that region is brought into the mix, and all of the paperwork and any documents that are necessary are gathered so that when it's time to clear customs in the destination port in Spain, that's just it's almost a formality. You just take care of it, so there's no problems. That's really critical. And also, you'll have someone to speak to, keep you apprised of the status. And in addition, you can reach out by phone or email at any time to get updates or ask any questions that you might have. So that's critically important. Let's also talk a little bit about visual surveys. You want to work with a company that has taken the time to really understand your needs, not just the volume, although that's critically important, of course, for the price, but also all of your needs in terms of shipping. So what we do at SDC, we do a visual survey whenever it is appropriate, which is usually. We want to either in person or virtually, but we have Zoom or FaceTime or one of those, actually meet you and see your goods and see your inventory, understand what your actual needs are. So that way when we come with a quotation, a proposal, it makes sense, and it's based upon reality, what your real situation is. So again, avoiding all the surprises. So those are the things you should be looking for. In my experience, the other side of that coin is, what are some of the things you should watch out for? Maybe these are red flags when you're dealing with a potential shipping company. First of all, are you talking to a company that is a true, legitimate, proper international moving company, or are you talking to a broker? Broker may have a website and a salesperson that gets on the phone, and they perhaps are then going to, if you book with them, they're going to reach out to a third party or multiple third parties to try and accomplish and take care of the various elements of the shipment. And that isn't a great situation at all. SDC, we are and have been for many years a true, proper international moving company, and we handle things from start to finish. When you're able to reach out to us and get information and answers from us, rather than if you're working with a broker, they're going to have to reach out to third parties who might have to reach out to a fourth party. You just don't know. So the line of communication suffers in that situation, as well as the quality. So it's just overall not a great situation. You want to work with a legitimate company. Bait and switch or lowball. This one happens all the time. Companies will come without really understanding your needs. They haven't done that survey we talked about, and boom, they've come with a price for the shipment, and it's a lowball price. Sounds great because it's a low price, but generally speaking, that can be really problematic. Be real careful with the lowball or the bait and switch. We see it all the time. You want to make sure that when you're receiving a true proposal, it spells out exactly what is included in the price. And what is, more importantly, what is not included in the price. At SDC, we will always provide a proposal. I'm sure we'll have some ballpark discussions, but when we come with a proposal, an actual price in the form of a professional proposal, it's going to spell everything out. So watch out for the lowball price. Very often you have surprise charges that make it anything but the lowest price, and it could be very, very problematic. The next is along those lines, what about a company that doesn't come with a full professional and comprehensive proposal? That's something to watch out for. Like I just mentioned, when it's time for a professional, true proposal and quote, that should come in the form of a professional, comprehensive proposal that spells out everything that is included and everything that is not included, so that you can really, if you're comparing multiple prices, you can compare apples to apples. That's critically important. Here's another one, and this is more of this is a flashing red flag, a neon red flag, not just a red flag, and that is any company that's asking for upfront cash deposits. At SDC, we do not ask for an upfront cash deposit, and a company that does, that certainly could be looked at as a red flag. Let's talk a little bit about the shipping process itself. So this comes up all the time. I think it's very helpful to understand what is the process from start to finish in most cases. So first of all, there's going to be that initial engagement, number one. Initial engagement, discussing things generally, us, the shipping company, the moving company, asking about your needs, what you're looking to do, some of the details of your shipment, of your move. From there, we're going to move on to providing you, once we've got that, would like to do a visual survey that we talked about earlier. We want to do a visual survey to see everything and really understand, meet each other a little bit. From there, we're going to provide a professional, comprehensive proposal. This is based on everything that we've seen, everything that we've learned, based on your needs. This is, how the price that we can do from door to door, or whatever your needs are, what we can do it for. So that's going to come in there. From there, if you like that, you would book with us and schedule a time and date to arrive and pick everything up. Various different ways of handling that. Larger jobs could take multiple days, smaller jobs, just a few hours. But ultimately, things are going to be wrapped, packed, picked up, and then the next step is, of course, to transport to the port and ship to your destination country overseas, in this case, which is Spain. So from there, we clear customs, and once customs is clear, we deliver everything to your door in Spain, clean up, remove any debris that might be around, make everything perfectly spotless for you, and depart. And that's more or less the whole process from start to finish. And that's a question that comes up all the time. I think it's really good for you to understand that. So about the documents that are necessary. I won't go into detail on the necessary documents. This is something that we absolutely, as I mentioned, with our support and logistics team, we handle all of that, and we let you know which documents we need. We need a copy of your passport and things of that nature, depending on the country. This happens to be Spain, but we can handle that. No sense getting into the minutiae on that at this time, but we handle and help you work through all the documentation process. Another big one is, it's important to understand, are what items are prohibited. And again, I won't go into the details of every single item that's prohibited in terms of Spain, but let's just talk in general. Most countries are going to have sort of the big ones that are restricted. And by the way, there's a difference between restricted and prohibited. So restricted means they might be able to come in, but there's going to be some rules and some procedures and some applications and some permits and things of that nature. There might be some duties, taxes, that sort of thing as well. They're restricted, not necessarily banned. Then there's prohibited. Those are banned. Explosives are going to be always banned. Drugs, dangerous and flammable chemicals are always going to be banned. Counterfeit goods, ivory, endangered species, that sort of thing, they're always going to be banned. Almost always plants, soils. Food is a very common one. Food and food stocks are going to be banned, to include spices and pet food. But then there are many other items that might be in the list of restricted or banned for Spain. If you're on the website, you can see it. We have it right here, and we're of course going to provide you all that information along the way. Let's talk about packing. So when we talk about packing your household goods, there are a couple different parts to that. First of all, you have your furniture, a desk, a chair at your home, your table, your dining table, your bed, if you have appliances, things like that. Those are things that do not go into a box. Those are your furniture items. And at SDC, we automatically are going to take care of those, wrap and protect as appropriate. We're going to take care of, wrap and protect a filing cabinet, probably a little bit different than we're going to an antique glass china cabinet. But just rest assured, they're all going to be taken care of the appropriate way. Now, the other piece of the packing process is going to be things that actually go into a shipping box, a moving box. Now, there are a few different ways that can be handled. First of all, the licensed agent, SDC International Shipping, we can come and pack all of your boxes for you. We can take care of all of that. We label all the boxes and we handle the professional inventory list. Conversely, you, the client, you can handle all the packing. You're going to have to provide your packing boxes and materials, and you do all the packing. But that's perfectly acceptable for you to do the packing of your boxes. There's also a third method, a hybrid model, which is where some clients will say, "Rob, I want to pack most of my boxes or some of my boxes, but I would like your team to come and professionally pack these certain boxes." Perhaps it's delicate items, delicate and fragile items, high value items, things where you're going to want full coverage insurance. By the way, in order to be eligible to purchase full coverage insurance on anything that's in a box, it had to be packed by agent. That's not my rule. That's an insurance industry rule. So those are the three general ways of packing the boxes, as differentiated from wrapping and protecting your furniture. Everything from wrapping and protecting to soft crating to hard crating, depending on your circumstance. Let's talk about specialty items that we take care of here at SDC. We'll talk about your art, your fine art, your sculptures, your game room, to include billiard tables, sometimes pinball. We do a lot of pinball machines, very delicate, lots of glass, very intricate parts inside. So it's important to work with a company that really has the ability to handle those types of things. We do a lot of chandeliers. Chandeliers need to be handled. High value chandeliers need to be handled a little bit different way. So these are all things that we do. We're expert in pianos, grand pianos, baby grands, uprights. We're expert, and we have solutions in order to help you move those things to Spain. Shipping methods. Generally speaking, we're talking about either ocean, which takes a little bit longer but is very economical, or by air, which is very quick but more expensive. Sometimes I'll have clients who would like to use both. So they may say, I have the majority of my items that are going to go by ocean, but some that I need quickly, and I'm going to ship those by air. We can handle that as well. That's not a problem. Shipping your vehicles. Spain, you can definitely ship your vehicle to Spain. There's some paperwork and some documentation that's required. You definitely want to ship your vehicle to Spain along with your household goods legally as part of that shipment, to avoid duties and taxes, things of that nature, if you meet the requirements. But yeah, we can definitely ship it and take care of everything there. We do a lot of vehicle shipping along with household goods to Europe in general, and particularly into Spain. Same thing goes for your motorcycles. As for your four-legged friends, your furry friends, your pets, we definitely can help you there. Just let us know. We can handle the process to get your pets to ship to Spain as well. Just engage with your SDC International Shipping, a relocation specialist on that. Not a problem at all. Finally, I want to talk a little bit about maritime or marine insurance. We discussed it just a little bit earlier when I was talking about packing of the boxes. So marine insurance are a couple different types. You have total loss insurance. Total loss insurance is when everything is lost or everything is not. It's an all or nothing policy, right? So an example would be the ship sank or it didn't. Under a total loss insurance policy, you can't say this one item was damaged or is missing. It has to be everything or nothing, right? For a total loss policy, the premium cost is 2.5% of your declared value for the shipment. So if you say the shipment is worth $10,000, it's a $250 premium. You get the idea. The other type of insurance is all risk or full coverage. Same thing. Under that policy, you are eligible for individual coverage as well as comprehensive. So in other words, if one item is damaged, it's covered under the full coverage policy. You also have the ability to pick and choose what you do cover. You don't have to cover everything. You can say, Rob, I want to only insure this one item. Maybe it's a chandelier, or it's fine art, or it's a piano, or maybe you want to insure only 5 items, or you can insure everything. The premium cost for full coverage or all risk insurance is 3% of your declared value for the items which you are going to be insuring. And again, like I said, you can pick and choose what you would like to insure. So that is a little bit about marine insurance. Again, for more information, engage with your SDC International Shipping or relocation specialist, and we'll certainly help you with that. I hope this has been helpful, and have a great day.